Fisk unit. Fisk unit. What's good, y'all? Fist Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. Go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to the Fist unit while you at it. Y'all know what time it is. If you ain't with it, you best get with it. Now let's rock. Alright, as usual, I'm calm again. You know, it's rare I'm actually angry no matter how much you hear me yell on a video. I'm never mad when I record a video. For some strange reason, outside of like the Ingram drop and the Slayton drop and Odell Beckham blowing a playoff game back in 2016, it's very rare I'm actually mad when I record a reaction. So I'm calm now, but I'm deciding to give you a Wednesday video because tonight on the Giants Outsiders podcast, Kai Pizzle and I are going to talk about it because Kai Pizzle and I have completely different views on the Giants right now. So I want to ask every Giants fan a question. I want to ask you a question. And I want you to think before you type it in the comment section. I want you to think before you respond. If you're Daniel Jones or you're Saquon Barkley and you do not get franchise tagged in March, would you come back to the Giants? I'm going to ask you again. If you're Daniel Jones, especially Daniel Jones, or Saquon Barkley, and Joe Shane does not franchise tag you, would you come back to the Giants? I rest my case. 90% of y'all just said no. Because 90% of y'all just said, if I'm Saquon Barkley and the Bills just called to trade for me, Joe Shane said that, in no uncertain terms, he said no. But if the Bills offer me a bag, the Rams offer me a bag, the Chiefs offer me a bag, and then this sorry team in New York offers you a bag, where you gonna go? Why on God's green earth was Saquon Barkley, a free agent, can go anywhere he wants to? Why would he come back to New York? Especially with a GM who's shown you that he has no interest in winning in the near future. He wants to do exactly what Dave Gettleman did, which is strip the team to the bare bones and rebuild it. Okay, fine. Now you got Daniel Jones on the other hand, who, could you imagine if not only do they not give Daniel Jones a fifth-year option, but then they franchise tag a runner back instead of him? You really think Daniel Jones going to come back to the Giants? When San Francisco's going to want him, the Saints are going to want him. I mean, why would he come back? Why? Why would he choose the Giants over the Buccaneers? You don't think the Buccaneers are going to call Daniel Jones? Because Tom Brady's done. He's retiring. You don't think the Indianapolis Colts are going to call Daniel Jones? Why would Daniel Jones waste another year of his career on this sorry franchise who has no interest in winning in the near future? Why? Daniel Jones could be in a Super Bowl tomorrow with the San Francisco 49ers. He could be in a Super Bowl tomorrow with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He could win the AFC South if he goes to that team in Indianapolis. Why would Daniel Jones come back to the Giants? For what? Why? Hell, the Steelers might give him a call because Kenny Pickett looking like buns right now. Why would Daniel Jones come back to the Giants? So let me see. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, or whoever Joe Shane decides to draft in April. Saquon Barkley. Man, I can come back to the Giants and I can run on 8 and 9 man boxes, or I can be used as a weapon in Kansas City or Buffalo, or I can go to the Rams. So what Sean McVay did with Todd Gurley, right? Come on, man. Stop the cap, yo. At the end of the day, I've had time to cool off. I did. I had time to cool off. And I've just come to the conclusion that this organization is allergic to prosperity. That's all it is. And I'm not mad at Joe Schoen because Joe Schoen's doing what every general manager does. Every general manager cleans house and builds the team in his image. Joe Schoen, if you put him on a lie detector test, is probably sick to his stomach that all of Gettleman's picks are playing well. Because all that really means is Gettleman wasn't a problem. It was his coaching staff. All the Gettleman picks are the reason we're winning. What has Joe Schoen really done other than give us a good head coach and make the obvious picks at 5 and 7? That's all he's really done. And if you're Daniel Jones and you're Saquon Barkley and you're out here week after week after week doing your best to win games, and this fool trades Kadarius Toney the minute he gets healthy and then doesn't replace him and then wants you to go out there and win games, I'm willing to bet my bottom dollar that Joe Schoen, and my eyes were opened. He really, because he said something interesting. He said something interesting in his little conference with, what was it, Sean O'Hara? I think, whatever. Our former center for the Giants, okay? He said something interesting in the interview. He said one player isn't going to make or break us. One player isn't going to improve us. So you know what that tells me? He doesn't think the roster's good, and he didn't want to win this year. Joe Schoen had no intentions on competing this season. He has done nothing but sabotage this team since training camp. Since training camp, he's done nothing but sabotage the team. I mean, you get rid of Blake Martinez and wonder why our linebackers can't stop the run. You got rid of Logan Ryan, and we have no cap space, but you're willing to lose cap space to get rid of Logan Ryan. You don't restructure Bradbury, let him go to the Eagles. And then you get rid of Kadarius Toney when we have no receivers and you don't replace them. And everybody in the comment section is like, well, Fisk, a second-round pick is too much to sacrifice for the future. What do you mean? Aren't we going to take a wide receiver in the second round of the draft? Jerry Jeudy, Chase Claypool, those guys aren't better than whoever I'm convinced that Joe Schoen has Randy Moss or Jerry Rice on film right now because he's holding on to that second pick like it's a gift from God right now. How can you sacrifice the future when you're drafting players on their rookie contracts with a pick that you're going to take anyway? Somebody in my comment section tell me the college player that he going to take in the second round at wide receiver that's better than Jerry Jeudy or Chase Claypool right now. Somebody tell me that. I can understand if they wanted a first-round pick. No wide receiver is worth a first-round pick. But nobody was asking for a first-round pick. Who's asking for a first-round pick for these wide receivers? I watched McCaffrey get traded for a second. Roquan got traded for a second. Claypool got traded for a second. If you're not Bradley Chubb, you was going for a second-round pick. None of these offensive skill position players is going for first-round picks. Joe Schoen wants to lose, and there's a piece of me that thinks he doesn't want Danny to prosper. Because if Daniel Jones plays well, he has to pay Daniel Jones. And he doesn't want to pay Daniel Jones, which is why his stupid self should have gave him the fifth-year option. Because Joe Schoen wants to bring Daniel Jones back next year on a cheap deal. Well, Joe, if you were thinking 3 steps ahead and had a little faith in your team, maybe you should have just gave Daniel Jones a fifth-year option and you wouldn't be in this mess. But he doesn't want to give Daniel Jones $35 million, so he's not going to let Toney ball for the Giants. He's not going to go get a Jerry Jeudy to help Daniel Jones ball in the second half of the year. He wants Daniel Jones to put up pedestrian numbers. He wants him to fail so he can get him for cheap next year. But the problem is this, Joe. If you don't tag Daniel Jones, he's walking out the door. You really think... I don't know why... Y'all really think that little of Daniel Jones, that you think he just gonna come play for Joe Schoen, the mighty Joe Schoen, the greatest general manager ever lived? You think he's just gonna play for Joe Schoen because it's Joe Schoen and a poor little Daniel Jones should just be grateful for what he gets? Yeah, okay. Okay. Good luck with that. And Saquon Barkley, you really think Saquon Barkley gonna come back to the Giants when Sean McVay and Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp get him in that hot tub like they did Matthew Stafford? What? You think Mahomes and Andy Reid ain't gonna be in his ear? You don't think Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs gonna get on the private jet come see Saquon Barkley? You really think Saquon Barkley gonna look at all these beautiful women? The Bills, that's like Scarlett Johansson. The Kansas City Chiefs are like Jennifer Lopez. And then you got the Rams. The Rams are like, I don't know, Prime Halle Berry. You really think he gonna come back to this little fat heifer in New York who done had like 2-3 kids and telling you she gonna go to the gym and get her old figure back, but you don't trust her that she will? You think he gonna come back to this crap? Okay, whatever. That's it. I'm done venting. And then the Odell crap. I'll give Odell another video. That'll be tomorrow video. You people out here, we're gonna get Odell. Yeah, okay, sure. But anyway, that's it. That's all. I see y'all tonight on the Giants Outsiders. My name is Fitz Vegas, and I approve this message.